Have you ever been in school and had the idea to, I don't know, blow the school up? You got tired of all the homework your math teacher was giving you, and you got tired of all the nerds in your class constantly reminding the teacher of the homeworks that you didn't do. Well, today I saw quite the fucking thing. Today I saw that a teacher was thinking about blowing up the school or just blowing up anything. Because in today's news, I found a article that talked about a teacher in Sweden that gave the assignment to her students to plan a hypothetical attack. And at first glance, you might think this is completely fake and it's just fake news, teacher, whatever. But no, it's a real story and it has a bit of layers. Well, not really, but like it goes a bit deep because in this article, they also tell us the instructions that this teacher gave to the kids to plan this hypothetical situation. So I'm gonna read them to you. I'm gonna read these instructions and I want you to guess, or I don't know, just contemplate in your mind if it was just a goofy thing, if it was just a little joke that the teacher was trying to pull. So the first set of instructions that were given to the kids were, you are a planning to make a political statement by releasing a chemical or biological agent on an unsuspecting Australian community. Your goal is to kill the most innocent civilians in order to get your message across. You are aware that the chemical/biological agent you will be using only has a fatal range of 200 meters, if in the air or waterborne. First of all, what the fuck? This is way too accurate and way too specific for a fucking like assignment for kids. You have to kill the most. Emphasis on most because it is capitalized in the instructions. And you're releasing a chemical or biological agent on an Australian community. This is just like beyond me, dude. I have no words. I am speechless. And then she goes even deeper in the second line where you are aware it only has a 200-meter range. Like she literally wants them to like, how can you get all these Australian people in one place in a 200-meter radius and where you can drop this bomb for you to fucking kill all of them, for you to absolutely choke them out? It's unbelievable. And wait, there's even more instructions that I didn't read, so let's get right into those now. Then after those I just read, right after it says, it then follows with a series of questions for the students, including, what are the effects of this agent? Where would you release it? How would you release it? And who have you chosen to be your victims? Explain why. What I need is someone to explain why you thought this was a good idea, Mr. Teacher. Because clearly this was not thought through at all. This teacher woke up that morning and was like, man, what is a good assignment I can give to these kids? And then it came to him. Mass genocide. Fuck yeah, that's a good assignment for school children. Now, obviously, they're not children. They're not like 10 or 11. They're like, I think, like grade 11 or 12. They're like 16 to 18-year-olds, I think. I hope so, because you better have not given this to young children, because this is not a good idea. And eventually, this caught the attention of the authorities over there and the municipality in the area where this took place, which is a very good thing that happened because I would not personally let this go unpunished. I don't think the teacher was like, how can I use these students to plan my crime, my terror attack? And I find it very weird because even if you were planning a attack of this kind, why the fuck would you entrust this to your class? Like, you're a teacher. This is not what you're supposed to be teaching your the fucking students how to do. I'm not out here trying to teach my daughter how to commit a crime, how to pop someone. That is not something you should be teaching to kids. And when you really think about it, this teacher, for all we know, could have been planning the attack on her own, and she was trying to just get some creative input from the fucking students. She was gonna take all their answers, she was gonna put them all together, put them in a long-ass spreadsheet, and then she was gonna use that spreadsheet to plan her own attack. Now, other than the fact that I think that's kind of a funny thing if that's how she was planning to do it, I still think it's very terrible, don't get me wrong. I do not promote this. I do not condone this in any way. But still, there's now one last thing I want to read from you from this article that, again, was another instruction given by the teacher. So this isn't quote directly from the teacher, but it's something I think the student said, where it said, "In the grading criteria for the task, it is stated, among other things, that in order to get an A, the students must have planned their act of in an understandable way and use their knowledge of They must also present a realistic background and reason for the attack." Holy fucking shit. This teacher wanted everything. He wanted the fucking specifics of this attack. He wanted to know how, where, why, who. It is unbelievable the amount of detail that this teacher put into this assignment, and it could just be something that maybe he really just did this as an assignment and he thought it was a good idea, which, if that's the fucking teacher that is teaching in that school, I highly suggest you fire him and hire a new one and revoke that dude's teaching license, because if that is the mindset he is going in with, like, oh, it's fine, you know, I can just teach this to this kid. Hey kids, tell me, how do I plan a attack? Then I highly think that you should take this dude's fucking teaching certificate and maybe, I don't know, fucking put him on a felony list or a watch list. Felony list, the fuck is that? Put him on a watch list or something, because even if it's small, dude, is no joke. It is not something you're just gonna go waltzing around like, hey, can you tell me how I can plan a attack? Like, I can imagine this guy going up to like a woman he's interested in. He slides up at the bar. He's like, hey, can you tell me how would you plan a attack? Now, that's kind of the whole thing about this article. It's a pretty wacky thing that I just read. Pretty serious too, and I hope to God it doesn't happen again, and I really hope that this teacher learns his lesson and never tries to do something this fucking stupid again. That's all, guys. See you next time.